Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Welcome to Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Lace up your skates and join Lincoln Stars head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Ferd as they introduce you to special player guests and give you the latest news and results from across the USHL. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Ferd.
It's the final week of the regular season for the Lincoln Stars, and that means it's also time for the final regular season episode, I guess, of Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Alexander Fern is always joined by the head coach of the Lincoln Stars, Rocky Russo. Austin Orman is on the controls for us. If you have any questions for Coach, for me, 402-464-5685 is the number to call and or text. Rocky, how are we doing on this Tuesday, the last day of March?
It's almost April,
yeah,
and somehow we've played 60 games now.
Mm-hmm.
These seasons are like Groundhog Day. We were just talking about traveling and how much of a different life it is, and the late nights and the long weekends and everything else that go into it. And you basically work 6.5 days a week for 9+ months because, you know, we practice Monday through Thursday. We play Friday, Saturday. But in order to be ready for Monday, you've got to put half a day in on Sunday of video and everything else. And then video after the games, video in the mornings. It's a lot of work that you put in. And so the days get monotonous at times. The weeks kind of run into each other, and you pick your head up and you're 60 games in and you're going into the last weekend of the season. So, this season in particular has been, we've referred to it as a roller coaster. It's been up and down. I think that's I think that's good. Sometimes for teams to deal with adversity. Obviously, last year was a lot more fun. But these are valuable lessons these players are learning at this age, and quite frankly, it's valuable lessons that our coaching staff is learning as well. And so, as long as you look at these things and say, "Hey, I've got to keep it in check here and recognize what can I learn in this moment? How can I be a better coach, be a better mentor, create better relationships, whatever it is," then all these situations are very valuable.
And eventually you're hoping it culminates in a chance at the Clark Cup at the end of the season, of course.
We have a chance.
Yes.
We have a ticket to the dance.
That's all it takes.
And you can't ask out the prom queen without a ticket to the dance. So get there, and you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. And right now, final 2 games of the season, we have no idea where we're going to be just yet. We still control our own destiny. You need 1 win in the final 2 games to clinch home ice in the first round of the Clark Cup playoffs, of course, or I guess the back roads way would be Des Moines and Tri-City lose 1 more game each as well. But as it stands right now, controlling your own destiny, do you take solace in kind of knowing that you guys, no matter what happens anywhere else, you guys can control where you're going in the first round?
Yeah, I mean, we've been controlling it the last 2 games and didn't take advantage of it, but we're still in that situation, and I think that's obviously a better spot to be than kind of being at the mercy of the results of the other games in our conference. So, we need to have a good week of practice. We need to be dialed in and have that playoff mentality going into the final home weekend of the year. And obviously, before you know it, we're playing playoff hockey.
Yeah, Fandemonium at the Icebox this weekend, Friday against Des Moines, Saturday against the Omaha Lancers. We've got drink specials all weekend. It's going to be a great night of hockey. Tickets are still available at LincolnStars.com. Looking at that past week for the Stars, Rocky, of course, a win on Friday against Chicago, 7-1 victory, and then 2 losses on Friday and Saturday. Some good things to come out of the weekend. You get really good performances from some rookies. Cole Brownhausen was really good in his first full weekend as a Lincoln Star. Just talk about how quickly he's been able to pick it up since he came to Lincoln, of course, from St. Thomas Academy up in Minnesota, playing high school hockey, was a finalist for the Minnesota High School Hockey Player of the Year. And I've been doing this, broadcasting thing long enough to the point where you can tell when somebody's out there on the ice without even kind of looking at their number. He kind of has that little bit of that kind of aura to him already, and he's only been in the league for 3 or 4 games.
Well, I've said it a couple times now in other interviews that he's such a confident player, and he plays the game fast. He's a very good skater. He's got really good lateral movement and deception to his skating and his game. Obviously scoring goals in different ways. Made a really nifty play on his first goal on Friday. Buries one over the goalie's glove, a 6'4" NHL drafted goalie, by the way. And then obviously Saturday gets a little lucky bounce on the power play goal, but he's there. He's there to give himself an opportunity to shoot that puck. So, he's really adjusted to this pace quickly. Some guys do. Some guys are just able to seamlessly go from one level to the other, and he's been able to do that. He's been really comfortable in the room. He's a very respectful teammate, and the guys really like him. He's an outgoing personality. So I think he's been an absolute lights out addition to our club.
Have you mentioned some guys are able to kind of just make that jump immediately? Are there a couple of them that come to mind that you've been able to coach throughout your tenure?
Well, you look at Tanner Lutke, 1 full season in the league and 37 goals that year. And, he was a guy that just kind of was able to jump right in. And he did have the benefit of some depth role a little bit the year before, but first full-time gig, and he's in. And, I look at Adam Kleber, who was pretty seamless from high school to junior and pretty seamless from junior to college. So,
and I'd imagine pretty seamless from college to the NHL, if that's the way that he makes this year as well.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I haven't talked to Klebs. I could see him doing 1 more year. But I hope he does do 1 more year, just so that he has the opportunity to really continue to fine tune the offensive side of his game. He was obviously the defensive defenseman of the year in the NCHC this year, but the offense came a lot more in his sophomore year than it did his freshman year. And I think that'll continue to be the case moving forward. But, you bring guys in and sometimes they're just a little nervous. They're a little hesitant. They don't want to make a mistake. and I understand that. KJ Sauer's been pretty seamless
Yep.
into. Obviously, he was suspended for Saturday and Sunday because he got in a fight under 5 minutes on Friday. But he's been playing on the power play. He's been scoring and creating. He had the primary assist on Brownhausen's second goal there on Friday night. So he's been another guy, and his frame certainly helps at 6'4". But these are guys that they're talented, and when our staff and Nick and the scouting staff and our ops staff went through these drafts, Nick and I have been really excited about our 08 draft. We've been really excited about the 07 group. We've had KJ sitting on our affiliate list for a while. Lincoln Ayers Assad was another one that we drafted in phase 2 last year. Obviously the 08s that we believe in, and Vandertop and Pedersen and a number of them you'll see them next year as well. But they're all really good hockey players, and they want to be in Lincoln. And that's exciting when you have those guys that are excited about our organization, this community, the coaching staff, the way we do things. That says to me that Nick and our scouting staff are hitting on the right guys.
And even you see guys like Caden Donia as well, who of course saw some game time this week, and Quinnipiac commit, tall defenseman as well. I got a chance to talk to him when we were doing our Crayon campus visits yesterday, and I was talking to him. I was like, hey, I mean, you're a Lincoln Stars draft pick. You also have rights held from another team up north as well. What made you want to come to Lincoln? He says, I understand what they're building here. I understand what the coaching staff wants of me. I feel like this is what I can do, and this is the best thing I can do for my development going forward. And that's a credit to you guys and your staff.
Well, I mean, Caden Donia is a big right-handed defenseman, and we've got a couple guys that have come through before him. Whether it's Klebs or it's Rombach or it's Harrington or it's Henricks. There's 4 big right-handed. Well, Romer's left-handed, but 3 of the 4 are big right-handed defensemen that have all been drafted in the NHL and are all having productive college careers, and will eventually get cracks in the National Hockey League. And so, if you're that next guy, whether it was Brady Sloper, Emery Ibsen, Caden Donia, these guys, they can look and they can see that there's a developmental plan for those defensemen here, and they end up being very successful players at the higher level.
Yeah, and that's one of the best things about my job, is getting to watch what the guys are like at the beginning of the season, kind of see how they all end up at the end of the season.
Evan Malkasian is
yes,
a perfect example
100%.
of that. The guy that he got hurt in training camp, he basically was not going to be kept, and we talked about a path for him to get back after his injury, and he just has persevered all the way through, in and out of the lineup for long stretches of the season, injured again, just couldn't catch a
playing
break.
defense.
And now today, we had 2 guys out today, and so he's taking a rep at center and then taking a rep at D, and he's a super smart player, and he's been able to make himself incredibly valuable to our team in whatever role we asked him to do. And so that's an example of development that certainly we're very proud of.
What a moment for him on Friday to score his first USHL goal in the fashion that he did as well. It was a slick goal as well. And then he celebrated to the right side wall. And I saw him put his hands on his head as if to say, thank God it finally happened for him.
Yeah. I mean, you see those guys with the monkey,
Yeah.
pull the proverbial monkey off their back. And, it's one of those things. This game is a beautiful game, but it can certainly frustrate a player. And so when you're not scoring and you're used to scoring, you have to kind of fall back on your training and stick to your details and let the game come to you a little bit, which is the polar opposite of what a human does. A human pushes harder and tries to do more, and that is the recipe for failure in regards to getting the results that you want, and convincing a player, whether it be a National Hockey League player or a 16U player, that they need to do less in order to get more results is not exactly the simplest of tasks. But it's one of those things. This is the hardest junior league there is. There's no question about it. And you have to play 200 feet, and you have to play through hands, and you have to play through physicality, and you have to get to the net, and it is not an easy league to score in. And so, you have to appreciate when you're doing it, and you have to recognize what you need to do to score if you're struggling.
And you mentioned kind of having to get through all of that. A guy that we've talked about earlier on the show, another right-handed defenseman, Emery Ibsen, his first fight in the USHL on
yeah,
Sunday.
they're all doing it now. KJ got his, and so Danya went and got his, and then Ipper felt left out, so he went to get his too.
That's the first fight between Lincoln and Omaha this regular season, by the way.
It's funny. They haven't had much of an appetite for it. They're more interested in mocking us on their digital board than actually being tough.
Yeah, well, I was on there too as well.
Yeah, I felt that was pretty unprofessional, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I've spent time being so kind about that organization and the way they've started to rebuild their complete disaster. And so to see them do that was pretty classless, but it is what it is.
Yep.
I guess it's part of that rivalry that that's been around for so long, and we'll maybe we'll react, maybe we won't.
Hey, in our defense as well, we haven't been able to experience close games between both of these clubs in a while as well. So.
No, I mean, that was the first time they beat us in quite some time in regulation, but hats off to them. They did it with their full roster, and we were missing a few of our guys, and we didn't play our best hockey, but they found a way to win, so good on them.
Going back to Emery Ibsen as well, we talked about it before we came in here about the kind of player that we expect him to be here in Lincoln. He's got a great mind on him. We've seen flashes of the capability that he has when providing offense, still looking for that first USHL point. But getting a chance for him to kind of jump up, answer the bell in that sense. And might I also add, probably he got the W in the fight column as well on that Sunday.
He did. And Ipper is he's really poised with the puck, almost too poised at times. I want him to move it, but he never panics. He's able to kind of possess a puck and drag a forward out of the area of ice that he wants to be able to utilize, and passes the puck really well. Very, very strong, defends well, really good hockey IQ. Tons and tons of upside for Emery moving forward.
And he's so young too. He aged out of his 16U program and then joined Lincoln right after that ended with Chicago Reapers.
He didn't even age out of the 16U program. He would have been playing national tournament this past weekend in Green Bay if it wasn't for us bringing him up. But it was a good opportunity. It was the right situation. And when you bring young players like that, they have to be able to be in the locker room with older guys. They have to be comfortable being away from home. They have to be mature guys. And Emery's definitely the type of player that fits that mold.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun getting to watch him kind of grow into the player that we're going to see him being in the future. Continuing our talk again on Outside the Box. Any questions from your coach? 402-464-5685. This weekend, Des Moines and Omaha coming to town. Des Moines on Friday. They're going to be missing a couple of key pieces due to suspension as well. So, and then Omaha, of course, ending the season again in the I-80 rivalry will always be a treat in front of a packed barn, in front of a raucous barn, giving away rally towels to the first 200 fans there. So be at the Icebox early on Saturday. We hope to see you there. Again, tickets are available at LincolnStars.com. You guys were off yesterday. You get a week of practice in this weekend, or rather just throughout this week. Is there, any talk about the outside noise coming into this weekend, knowing that, you just have to focus on what's ahead for you guys and just trying to get a taste of a team in Des Moines who you could see down the road in the playoffs as well?
Yeah, you can't, for us, we focus on what we need to do. And today that was being dialed in for practice. That was the only thing that we talked about during our morning meeting, was making sure that we had high energy and we were executing today. Really, the conversation has been repetitively talking about recovery and taking care of your body, getting enough rest, recognizing the grind that is the playoffs in the USHL. Fortunately, in prior years, you had to start on Monday.
Yeah.
At least this year, we get another week of practice before we dive into that first round of playoffs. And so we have a little bit more time, but still, you got to play potentially a 3-3. Then you're in a 5-game series and another 5-game series. And if you make the Clark Cup finals, another 5-game series. And so it's a lot of hockey in a short period of time. And your season's on the line every time you're stepping on the ice from now until the time it's over. And so that creates a lot of emotions. And so, play with emotional, but don't be emotional, and spend positive energy on the things that we can control. And, we can't control the outcome of the other games this weekend. I know that Des Moines plays Sioux City on Friday. I know Tri-City's in Fargo.
Des Moines plays tonight in Sioux Falls as well.
Yeah. But Friday, I know because we flop opponents.
Yes.
Sioux City plays Omaha and Des Moines. Pardon me. So Omaha on Friday in Sioux City, and then for us, and then Des Moines flips.
Yes.
And they go to Sioux City on Saturday.
Yes.
So, we recognize that Sioux City obviously has 2 points on us, but that could flip in the right situation. They'd have to lose both games. We'd have to win both games because I think they have the tiebreaker.
Yes, they have the
us,
ROW. Yes.
So that, that's a challenge, certainly possible, but definitely a challenge.
If we know anything about you, it's that you're not going to shy away from any competition.
No, listen, I mean, we can only do what we can do, which is win hockey games, and the rest of it will sort itself out. And we obviously didn't play great hockey on Saturday or Sunday, and that's on us. We had that opportunity to lock that up, and we didn't. And so now we have to make sure that it's a priority for us going into the weekend. But we want to be playing good hockey either way.
Yep.
And every time you get a chance to play hockey for the Lincoln Stars, you want to go out and win. Every time you get a chance to play in the ice box, you want to give your fans the best effort that you can. And we'll make sure that we do that this weekend.
100%. So continuing throughout outside the box, baseball started, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. The Red Sox off to a shaky start, 1-3 to begin the season, Rocky. But I don't have you had any chance to catch any Sox games yet?
I haven't. Fortunately, there's 158 more of them, so I'll be all right.
Okay.
I'm more interested in the Frozen Four.
Yes.
And
NCAA tournament.
Some intriguing matchups there in the Frozen Four. Obviously, I think it's North Dakota and Wisconsin and Denver and Michigan. Is that right?
Yes. It's a lot of blue bloods in that Final Four.
Well,
the Frozen Four.
I mean, I think that Denver, obviously, their coaching staff is the most seasoned of the four staffs, and I say that because they've won.
Yes.
Obviously, a ton of respect for the Wisconsin staff and what Hasty and Todd Knott and that group have been able to do, but David Carlin's staff have 2 national championships, and so they're going to get that nod until somebody knocks them off the totem pole. But the other 3 teams have not won a championship in quite a long time, and so Wisconsin, North Dakota, Michigan, are one of those going to be able to claim one, or is Denver going to get, I think, their 11th title in 22 appearances or something?
It's an even year, so it usually means Denver's right in the thick of it.
Well, DC's an elite coach, but let's not forget that Tavis and Dallas are elite coaches and former Division I head coaches in their own right, and they're outstanding. They're from the top to bottom with their recruiting, their coaching, their player advancement to the pro ranks in the National Hockey League. Like, you can't say anything more about a staff and how great they've been and the longevity that they've had. And so, I'd love to see somebody like Wisconsin find a way, because I think Hasty did such an unbelievable job at Mankato for so long with a fraction of the resources that other programs had, and never won a championship, but made it
Came
deep
so
into
close.
the tournament on so many occasions.
They lost
And
to Denver, I think would have been 21.
So it'd be cool to see them win. The other 2 are the other 2 have every resource in the world.
Yeah.
They have every resource in the world. They have their pick of the litter with the best players, and so they should be in this situation.
Yep.
And so it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stars flair, of course, in the Frozen Four. Of course, North Dakota has Jean-Philippe Lamoureux on staff as one of their player development coaches, former goalie here, won the Anderson Cup and Clark Cup here in Lincoln, Wisconsin, with the Brunos, the Jack Horbachs as well. And then even, with Denver, Boston Buckberger, who, of course, you got the chance to coach.
The best. Boston Buckberger is the best. What an unbelievable hockey player. And as good of a hockey player is, he's 10 times the human being. I mean, so Bucky used to, after every practice, he'd come up, he'd give you a fist bump, give you a fist bump, give you a fist bump. And so the first week or 2, I'm like, this can't be real. Like, there's no possibly way this kid is this nice. and start to finish all the way to the very end. Fist bump, smile on his face every day. He gets to college. Dallas Ferguson calls me after like 2 weeks of their practices. He's like, is this kid actually this nice? And I'm like, he is. I'm like, he's a killer on the ice, but he is that nice. And so you always root for players like that to have success, and Bucky is a special one. And I hope that they get a crack at another national championship and then off to pro hockey for him, I hope.
Yeah, I got that 45 points here in Lincoln during the 2022-23 season. His only year in the league, and he wore a letter for you guys here in Lincoln as well.
Yeah, we had a little run there with Canadians kind of getting a letter on
Saskatoon.
Yeah, and it was Joe LeMay the first year, and then Bucky the second year, and
we got Loomer
this year, and so we've had guys that it's the junior hockey experience that I find to be most valuable when it comes to selecting our captains. And so
he spent time in the AJHL. I think
Matt Malte was our captain last year, and so 4 of the 5 years you've had guys that played junior hockey in Canada and then came down here and were leaders in their own right when it was their turn.
And we get one of your leaders back this weekend as well, Lane Loomer, returning to the Stars after after missing the last couple of games. Big piece gone for these past 2 games for you guys.
The biggest piece, and that's not to downplay any of our other players. They're all fantastic, but Looms does it all, man. He does it all, and he does it with a smile on his face. And it's a pleasure to coach him, pleasure to watch him play, and certainly happy to see him back on the ice for practice today.
Yeah, me too as well. I got a chance to. I always come out and spectate once every now and then just to see what you guys are doing, but it's always a lot of fun to get a chance to get the mood of what's going on when I get a chance to watch. So
yeah, it was good practice today. I thought the guys were zipping it around and a lot of energy, a lot of guys getting after it, talking some smack to each other a little bit, and it's so much more fun when we have some of our affiliate players in, because it just deepens the roster a little bit, gives us a couple extra bodies to be more refreshed in between your reps, and so I think that raises the level of competition.
Yeah, well, and we get a chance to talk to a couple of first-year USHLers here on the other side of the show as well. Rocky, thank you for hopping on this Tuesday.
Have a good one.
Yep, we're going to go take a break. When we come back, Cole Brownhausen and Emery Ipson on Outside the Box.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Hello, I'm Steve Sipple, co-host of Early Break, weekday mornings from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And my favorite thing to do, see, or go to in downtown Lincoln is probably O'Rourke's. It's not like I go there that often, but when I do, it takes me back to my college years. It's always been a very chill bar. Seems like they play good music, just a good vibe in there. And I look forward to my next trip into that bar.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front of the line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
And electrical. Time for a new AC? Call Bryant. Get rebates now and lower operating costs every day. For comfort and efficiency, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Spur.
Back here on Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Alexander Fern, as always. Austin Norman's on the controls. We got 2 very special guests, 2 first-year USHLers on the program today. Emery Ibsen down there to my far right, and then we've got Colt Brownhausen right next to me. I said that correctly this time, correct?
Yep.
Okay, good. Finally, good. I'm just making sure because So I got it the first time. I think you told me what it was, and then Corey came up and told me a different one, and then I was like, I need to make sure with you.
Yeah, no, everyone says it differently. So,
okay, well,
you're starting to get
okay.
it.
I got it now. I got it correct on the pronunciation guide too, so that's good. Emery, on the other hand, is pretty easy. I have you on the pronunciation guide as well, just in case, but yours is pretty easy to go with. Well, fellas, thank you for hopping on today, Tuesday after a 3-game set. Of course, off yesterday. Community service outing, your guys' first. Well, not your first. It's his first with the Stars. Not your first with the Stars. You've been serving food before, but
yeah, that was awesome.
So practice today, heading into a final 2 games of the regular season. Full week of practice, getting ready to take on Des Moines on Friday, Omaha again on Saturday. 2 games at the Icebox to conclude the 30th anniversary of Stars hockey, at least in the regular season before heading into the postseason. Next week, what's the mood like in that locker room? Of course, I know you guys are some of the younger guys that have been, with the Stars lately, but take me through that.
I think the mood is great, honestly. The boys are just in there. We're rebooting for this next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out, we gotta win one of these games to have home ice, which is big for us. I think that's big in the first round, and just kind of build momentum throughout the week. I think that's one of the biggest things for us, and just keep everything crisp in practice. Just keep it simple too.
And Cole, you've been, this is your second full week or third full week here in Lincoln.
Second full week.
Yeah. And you've hopped in the middle of a playoff run here in Lincoln. What have your kind of first impressions been of joining the Stars, getting to, be with the team full time? getting to play games in this league?
Yeah, I think there's a lot more kind of focus on the little details.
Mm.
I think everyone in this league is so skilled and can kind of fill any role, but your details are what's going to kind of set you apart. So just finding the way to always have your details in check, and I think the guys have really been accepting and kind of helping me find my footing here early, and I think that's helped me a lot.
Yeah, and Emery, you've played 18 games here in Lincoln so far since you made your debut for the Stars after, of course, your time in the Chicago AAA programs up in Illinois. Getting the chance to play, jumping straight from your AAA to the USHL, what was kind of the biggest shock for you when you came to the league? I mean, of course, you've had time to acclimate now, of course, but what was kind of the biggest kind of change that you saw when you got here?
I think the biggest change was for sure the speed.
Yeah.
Just like the size and speed of every guy. Like everybody's good. Like
Mhm.
you go back AAA, there's a lot of very good kids. But you come here, everybody's good, everybody's fast, and that just makes me have to work harder.
Mhm.
Just so I get up to that speed and especially build momentum to next year. Hopefully I could have a really good year, end of the year here, and then keep momentum going on to next year.
You played Minnesota high school hockey, of course, with St. Thomas Academy. What was the biggest kind of jump for you when you went from, playing, of course, in what many consider and what I consider the best, high school leagues in all of North America to coming to the USHL?
I mean, yeah, there's obviously a skill gap that kind of you have to get used to right away. But I think kind of the extracurriculars right after the whistles and then kind of like the fighting, it kind of took me by surprise. I came in against that Des Moines weekend, and I think it was maybe like 5 fights, so that was kind of eye opening to me. And I was just kind of sitting on the bench, just like, is this normal? And they're like, yeah, like you either get with it or you get left behind. So that was something that definitely took me by surprise.
Did you do the same when he dropped his on Sunday against Omaha? Or
Yeah. I was a little worried for my buddy over here, but after I saw him size the guy up, I knew he had him.
that was I don't think I'd ever seen you like that focused in before in my time watching you. Like your eyes were dead set on you were skating to center and you were getting ready to grab him, and you grabbed him right like you're taught, right at the center, and you had leverage immediately.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the guys, we've kind of been grappling in practice, so that helps out a lot, especially with Eichler.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's a great dude, but he's been helping me out. But I think one of the biggest things for me is having to focus up.
Mhm.
Sure. Like that's a huge part. Just every time I step on that ice, like maybe it's fun time in the locker room, but once I step on that ice, it's gotta be game time.
Yeah, and since, of course, you guys have both came here, you guys have each found success in your own ways. Cole, of course, a couple of goals for you over this past weekend. Big coming out weekend for you. Get your first USHL goal after serving a 5-minute major for Griffin Brown. You come out of the box on a play. You split, I think, a forward that was playing D along the far side of the ice. You went around and then you went forehand, backhand. On, by the way, an NHL drafted 6'4" goaltender, might I add, as well. So take me through that first USHL goal for you.
Yeah, so I was kind of talking to the guys in the box. I was like, this would be really cool if I just kind of busted one out here and went down and scored. And then
You were talking about the off-ice officials, right?
No, I was talking to the guys in the box.
Oh.
Just like whoever I was sitting. I was in there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Trying to make some conversation with him. And so I mean, I get out there and it's one of those 1 in a million plays where we're clearing the puck out right as I'm kind of getting out. And then so I get the puck on like far blue line.
Mhm.
Will Courtney does a great job. Drives both
Another Minnesota high school hockey kid.
Drives both D back, just kind of leaves it there for me. And then I guess he just kind of took to the hole and got kind of blacked out there, got lucky, and then
Great celly too, by the way.
Yeah, I was talking to Connie kind of before
Brady Cunningham.
Yeah, and I was like, if I score, I'm gonna do this Sally, and it kind of came to fruition. But no, I mean, it was really fun to get in. Kind of cool to get that weight off my back at such an early time, and kind of get my feet in and kind of be able to play my game.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun to get to witness that. Speaking of Brady Cunningham, we do have a ticket giveaway for one of our games this weekend. Text in 402-464-5685. Before Cole Brownhausen and KJ Sowers scored this past weekend, who was the last Stars affiliate player to record a goal? Again, 402-464-5685 for tickets to one of our 2 games this weekend. Who is the last Stars player to score their first USHL goal as an affiliate player? So Emery, since you came to Lincoln, God, I'm trying to remember what weekend it was. What was your first game?
Fargo weekend.
That was right. Was it the 2 games in Fargo and then Sioux Falls?
Yeah.
So you came in at that stretch. Oh,
Yep.
that would have been a bit of a culture shock for you coming in. That was an odd weekend.
Yeah.
But we've had Rocky on the show. Of course, we have him on every week. But he's talked about the season being a roller coaster. The ups have been up, the downs have been here and there as well. But getting a chance to come into your final 2 games, kind of build some momentum heading into the postseason. As somebody that's been here a little bit longer, what do you feel like needs to happen this weekend for you guys to go out there, get the 2 points, ensure that we're playing at our home rink next weekend?
I think we just need to go out there and play. I mean, our best games are when we put pucks behind the D and we go get it, and then we create offense down low below the dots. I think that's where we flourish. We'll go low to high, maybe put it back down low, maybe a quick strike. I think we got to be a hard team to play against.
And that's, a lot of the success has been happening through that, whether it's, when you're on the ice, more often than not, it's when a specific 3 guys are on the ice. It's either Lane Loomer, Alex Pelletier, Kate Kohansky putting the puck back home. You got a chance to play on a line with Kate Kohansky and Alex Pelletier over the past 2 games. What is it like sharing the ice with those 2 guys?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The puck kind of ends up on your stick, so crazy. And the time that they create for you is something that makes the game a lot easier. They open up the ice and they create turnovers, and so it's really fun. And it was pretty easy playing with those 2.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. We're going to go ahead and take one more break. When we come back, the final segment, we'll wrap up Outside the Box in 93.7 The Ticket.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
It's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwizo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get 1 half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124. There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all of the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Spur.
Final segment of Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket and the TicketFM.com. We're just going to wrap up, talk some remedial stuff before we go ahead and get out of here, and then the Stars are back in action again on Friday and Saturday. Again, a ticket giveaway for our games this weekend. Who was the last Stars player to score their first USHL goal as an affiliate player? If nobody answers in the next 5 minutes, it will just go to the next. It'll just go to the first texter. So 402-464-5685. Cole, did you get a chance to play with Jackson Rude when you were in high school?
Yeah. So he kind of came over my senior year to St. Thomas Academy.
Where was he at before?
He was at Park Cottage Road.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So I mean, that was obviously a huge pickup for us at St. Thomas, and then so we played his senior year, my junior year, kind of together in the power play, and then once in a while we'd kind of be out there at the same time. But I mean, we've never actually been on the like the same line, so maybe we'll get the chance here. But we've been out there at the same time, and it's always special to play with him.
Yeah, and it's such a kind of a small world when it comes to hockey. Up north, Reuter had a goal on it would have been Friday against Chicago, where Vandy threw one to him from behind the goal line, and I think I said on the broadcast it was a cake eater to a cadet to give the Stars the 2-1 lead. Which, for those of you that don't know, Edina is known as the cake eaters lovingly. I say in quotes up in Minnesota, and of course the St. Thomas Academy Cadets as well. So coldest rink, by the way, that I've ever called games in, that rink in Mendota Heights.
Yeah, no, it gets cold.
I've called college hockey games in that rink for St. Cloud. It was not wear winter coat and two external layers on top of that as well. Ipper, we have a lot of kids from your neck of the woods in Illinois on this roster. How many of them have you gotten a chance to, like? I mean, you're young, you're really young, so I mean, like the only ones that you could imagine would be You got like Cunningham, who was just a year younger than you are, who is from Plainfield. Caderna's 3 years older than you from Bartlett. I know these are kind of spread apart towns when it comes to the whole neck of the woods in Illinois. I was talking to your parents on Saturday about, because you guys are on the kind of the Wisconsin-ish border where you're from usually. So did you know any of these players on the Stars that, you, of course, are from your home state before you got here?
I did not. I've heard about Cunny, like some of my teammates on the Reapers back home. They told me say hi to Cunningham for me. That's the most I heard about them.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's very small, tight-knit group. So it's kind of cool how that all kind of works out in that sense.
It's awesome.
So coming in, final 2 games of the regular season. You guys have both been here, not the whole season, but for good parts of it for Ipper, and of course you in the past couple of weeks. What have you guys been impressions of Lincoln been since you got here? I mean, I don't think you were here to experience what it was like when football was going on in fall in Lincoln, but I mean, take me through kind of your first impressions of Lincoln. I mean, we're right in the heart of downtown LNK right now.
Yeah, I think Lincoln is awesome, especially all the support we get from the fans. It's pretty packed every night in the ice box, and you know, we feel it when we're on the ice. It's a huge part of the game, and I think just coming downtown after most practices, eating with the guys, I think it's awesome. And you know, it's nice, safe. You could walk around. It's awesome down there.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of fun to get a chance to kind of watch all of you guys have that kind of experience. Cole, what have your first impressions been since you got here?
Yeah, so I got here a couple weeks ago, but I mean, just seeing like how tight knit the community is. I mean, I feel like I see the same couple faces at every game. So, just kind of knowing that there's that fan base that'll support you through thick and thin is really cool. And then kind of having the college environment and seeing them going kind of a run in March Madness and seeing kind of the city rally behind the basketball team was definitely something that was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, I think I'd obviously you know, I love it here. It's you know, it's great. And
yeah, and it's, of course, that's kind of the big thing about junior hockey is you guys are far away from home, getting a chance to kind of move on your careers. Of course, I'm from Lincoln, so I'm still around everybody that I grew up knowing. But that's kind of the part that's kind of lost upon a lot of people is how far you guys may be away from home. Some of our Euros as well. I mean, they're 20-hour flights away from their loved ones. You guys 7-8 hour drives away from your guys' families. You guys' families, you know, when you guys got here, I think when I was talking to your dad, I think he told me that that he dropped you off either at the airport or in Lincoln. Is that correct?
Yeah, he dropped me off at the ice box. So we got here, I think we got here Wednesday night. We stayed in a hotel downtown here, and then they dropped me off in the morning. My dad dropped me off for practice.
Huh.
And we drove out to Fargo.
Yeah, that's cool. What about you? When did you how did your whole process in getting here work out?
Yeah, so I came down a late Tuesday night. We had a banquet for St. Thomas Academy, so I came down after the banquet, and then just stayed in an Airbnb with my dad for the first night, and then he stayed there for the remainder of the week. Caught the 2 games on that weekend, and then he went back, and then I went to the Van Dusens. And I mean, that's a great spot to stay. I mean, they're so welcoming, and I mean, I can't thank them enough for taking me in.
Yeah, 100%. Did I also hear correctly that you and Cade Kohansky have a bit of a knowledge of each other in the past with your dads?
Yeah, our dads they race snowmobiles against each other.
Huh.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is that like like a sporting event, really?
Yeah, professional snowmobiles. So my dad was racing for Arctic Cat, and then Cade's dad, I don't really know what team Cade's dad was racing, but they never really talked that much when they were racing against each other. And then they met up in Green Bay and they talked that whole game.
Huh. It's so cool how that all kind of
small world.
So again, for our ticket giveaway, nobody's gotten the question right. We've had a lot of answers. The next texter on the text line 402-464-5685 will win 4 tickets to a game this weekend between the Stars and or the Des Moines Buccaneers / Omaha Lancers. Again, that's the next texter, 402-464-5685. Final 2 games before the playoffs. It's a playoff push. It's going to be a lot of fun here at the Icebox this weekend. These guys will be playing. You might see one of them drop the gloves. I don't know which one of it's going to be, but that's going to be what it's going to be, kind of in that sense. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun weekend of hockey. I'm going to have a lot of fun. Of course, game 62 for me in the USHL. Vocal cords are running out of gas right now, but it's a sprint to the finish. So it's been a lot of fun to get a chance to call your guys. Oh my goodness, we actually just got an answer.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I out of nowhere, number ending in 2941 with Brady Cunningham being the last star to go ahead and score a goal as an affiliate player. That was against Tri-City last April, might I add, as well. So we'll go ahead and toss them that way. So we'll shoot you a text with directions as to how to get your tickets here in just a matter of moments. Emery, Cole, thank you guys for hopping in on the show today. Good luck this weekend. It's been a lot of fun to watch you guys continue your hockey careers and have a lot of success over the past couple of weeks.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
For Emery Ibsen, for Cole Brownhausen, for Austin Norman, my name is Alexander Fernie, and for Rocky Russo. We'll see you next week, and we get ready for the playoffs on Outside the Box, 93.7 The Ticket, and theticketfm.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Fans, are you craving the ultimate game day experience? Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill has your front row seat to all the action. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and ice-cold drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the wall, so you'll never